just go over some of my top 5 because this J blog is my blog. It's about me. And I want you guys to really get to know me, understand I'm really transparent, and I'm not perfect, right? I've had a lot of success. I've been blessed. I've had 3rd and 4th chances at life. I'm really good at certain things I do, but I screw up too, right? So back when I was 16, I dropped out of high school, right? I got in a big fight with my stepdad, didn't like my living environment, was frustrated with school, my basketball coach, a whole bunch of other things, had a lot of pressure, just wasn't enjoying life. Like, growing up in poverty sucked, and I thought I could make it in the drug game. And so I dropped out of high school and became a full-time drug dealer at 16. Inherently, I missed my prom, I didn't take my SATs, and I missed a whole lot of other high school experiences that I wish I could have had back if I had taken high school more serious. Although I did go back and graduate, I didn't buy into the culture of high school. And there's a lot I wish I could have enjoyed. I mean, I just didn't buy into that whole experience, right? So I wish I could get that back. That was intentional on my part, and a little bit unintentional because I was ignorant and I was young and didn't know what the consequences really would be. But nevertheless, I lived and I learned. And that's why I empower youth now today, and why I'm so adamant about affecting our culture, young people, and getting them to make the right decisions, because I want them to learn from my mistakes. Live, learn, and let go, right? Live, learn, let go, and give back, right? Give back from the lessons you've learned and the mistakes you've made. Also, I parked in the fire zone, which seems pretty simple of a mistake, except I parked in a fire zone in Cumberland, Maryland, which is near West Virginia, pretty racist town at the time, and I was a drug dealer, and I had drugs in the car and a gun. And the cops pulled me out the car because I was parked in a fire zone while I was getting Chinese food. I got smart with them also. I was very arrogant, so I turned the music up on the cops and rolled my window up on them and told them to give me a ticket and beat it. And they came back and pulled me out the car and locked me up and brought dogs and searched my car and found some drugs and some guns and some money. And I would end up getting a $45,000 bail and a drug trafficking charge in Maryland that I would end up spending tens of thousands of dollars on attorneys and bail, and would end up pleading guilty to the guns and doing 18 months in prison because of this one simple mistake, parking in a fire zone. Obviously, and the choice to be on the wrong side of the law, but parking in a fire zone led to a downward spiral of my whole operation at that time, my whole life. I was out on bail in New Jersey for a charge at the same time. I actually was on parole in New York at the same time. This was a stressful time in my life. I was not even, I just turned 20 years old, and I had 3 felonies, 2 pending, and just a lot of stress. And it was a big deal, this one simple mistake of just being lazy and parking in the fire zone, right? You never know what the real consequences of mistakes may have. Also, I didn't buy a 19-unit building. And the big mistake in that is that I had 2 choices, right? So I was sitting on a little bit of money. I got approved for a $1.3 million loan to buy a 19-unit building in Elizabeth, New Jersey. And I also got approved for a $1 million loan in Hampton, Virginia to open a nightclub. And the more conservative decision would have been to buy the 19-unit building, get my tax breaks, my residual income, my appreciation, have a great anchor property, and, you know, keep building my portfolio. At the time, I owned about $2 million in real estate. But I want to be the cool guy who owns a nightclub and, you know, had that whole lifestyle. So I went with the nightclub. It all went bad. Spent a lot of money, blew a lot of money. It's a long story, but it didn't go well. And I wish I could have that back. I wish I could have that day back where I actually remember making a decision. I want to do both, but financially, and not even so much financially, but just from an energy and effort standpoint, I couldn't facilitate purchasing a building in New Jersey and opening a nightclub in Virginia. I had to make a choice of both. And the nightclub was more attractive to me at the time, at 27, 28 years old. And I passed out on a great opportunity for a building now that I drive by and I cry. 4, I forgot to get insurance, homeowner's insurance, on one of the first cash deals that I purchased in Trenton, New Jersey. And the house actually caught fire the first weekend I bought it, after forgetting to get homeowner's insurance. And it cost me like another 20 grand to fix the house. That could have been a $1,000 premium to homeowner's insurance. And 5, being everybody's bank. This is like one of the biggest lessons I've learned, one of the biggest mistakes I made in life was, as I became more and more successful, I thought it was my responsibility to be the bank for friends, family, random people. Like, I was just Mr. Generous and paid for everything, every meal, every lunch, every loan, anything I could do. I was everybody's bank with very limited guidelines and criteria for how you got money from me. And we see a lot of people go through this today, which is basically financial irresponsibility and not really valuing a dollar. So now, as I've been able to rebound from financial hurdles, being everybody's bank, I'm now very conservative and very conscious about where I put my money, who I loan or give money to, and just about not being the bank, right? So I was able, this tortured me for years, honestly. And that's what I wanted people to get out of this video, is that if you can, as quickly as possible, learn to live with your mistakes, learn with your mistakes, and let them go as quick as possible, man. Have the shortest memory possible. Like the quarterback that throws an interception, shakes it off, and in the next play, next time they're on downs, throws a touchdown, right? Have thick skin, and the quicker you can let mistakes go, because you got to understand, they're common to all of us. You're going to make them. We're all going to make them. Some of them will be life-altering mistakes, but you still got to learn from it and let it go to move on to be your best you. And the quicker you can do that, the better you'll be. And that's all I want you to get out of this video. And it's really a reminder to myself that I'm going to make some mistakes tomorrow and the next day. But the quicker that I can have a short memory and rebound from my mistakes, learn from them, store those lessons, and then apply them later in life, I've now evened it out and it's all okay, right? So don't get frustrated by your mistakes. Don't get into rationalizing, telling lies to yourself or others about your mistakes. Take it on the chin, be responsible, be great, and grow. All right, so hope you enjoyed this J. More information to come. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you hit the subscribe button. If you are, either way, share this video. It's great value for everyone. Make sure you share this on your Facebook, your Twitters. All right, peace.